Hey girls, this is going to be a how-to and tutorial on the turkey trot, which is something that I do every time this year around Thanksgiving holiday. It's very, very successful for me. It's built up over 13 years into usually like a $4,000 show. And I know a lot of you have questions, so I'm going to go through just an overview, and then we're going to follow this up with a phone call and go over your questions. So the first thing you're going to want to know is, how does this work? So the turkey trot is really just like grouping a bunch of small book parties or individual ordering into one party, and or possibly two parties too. And the requirements to participate in it are going to be that anyone who wants a spot in your turkey trot, I limit this to 10 people. Now I tell you guys that, but I will often go a little bit less than that if I don't get 10 people, or if I get, say, 20 people, I'll build it into two parties. But by keeping it to 10 people, that is going to increase the odds of your participants winning, but also guarantee that you have enough prizes to give out. So here's how it works. You have 10 people that are taking a turkey trot spot, and the requirements for them to be in is that they need to collect a minimum of $100 in orders. Very, very easy. There's no beyond that. It could be one order, it could be several orders, but as long as they have $100 retail, they are in. Now do the math on this. If you have 10 people that are each bringing you $100 in orders, that's a $1,000 show. And that's also $300 in free jewelry and one 50% off item. So it's $300 cash to you, and it's $750 in PCV numbers for you. Now the incentive to participate. Why do people want a spot in this? Well, $100 in orders, and it can be one or several. They don't have to bring more than one order in. They can even be ordering for themselves. It's going to give them the option then of taking up to 2 items at representative cost, which is 30% off, and that means everybody who's taking place in this wins. Now on top of that, you're going to have multiple drawings for free jewelry. Remember, a $1,000 show generates $300 in free jewelry, and that's provided by Silpata, not you. So you have that jewelry to raffle off. Now, I want you to do the math again. You have 10 people coming in with $100 in orders. So already we have a $1,000 show. But now you're offering them 2 items at cost. And I'll tell you, almost everyone who does this is going to take both of those items. Now, you're not going to get paid on that because you're giving 30% off. And so that's going to be a numbers thing. But it will bump this party up dramatically. You can probably count on easily a $2,000 party. So that's basically how the turkey trot works. Next, we're going to talk about, who do you invite to be a part of this? Okay, so who do I ask to be in the turkey trot? This is going to be several people out of your customer base or people that you know. It might be the frequent customers who buy from you all the time, whether they're at a party or not. They get interested when you have a new catalog, they pay attention to your posts on Facebook, and they purchase for themselves. But maybe they're people who don't want to do a party. This is for them. So people who don't commit to a party, maybe because they don't know enough people. They say, I can't do a show, I don't have any friends, I'm new to this area, I love the jewelry, but I don't think I could get it together, my place is too small. You know, all those excuses. Those are also people that you want to invite to do your turkey trot. They might then be choosing only to do the $100 in orders. It can also be somebody who's done a book show for you in the past, but it kind of fell short. You know, they only came up with 3 or 4 orders. This is another way for them to do a mini book show and amplify the incentive to them, because right off the bat they're earning some jewelry at rep cost and great chances to win free jewelry too. This is also for people who work in offices that are women rich. They may work in a doctor's office, a dental office. They see a lot of girls. If they have a catalog in their hands, they can pass it around and pick up their $100 easily. And then I would also say this is kind of something that you can feel your way through, but it's for almost everybody. As I go through when I'm on Facebook, people will pop up in my news feed and I'll say, you know what, I should ask her if she wants to do turkey trot. And then I'll go back and private message them with the flyer that I've created. We'll get to that in a few minutes. And say, you know what, this might be something you want to do. Why don't you take a look and let me know if you want a spot. It could be somebody who's done a home show in the past, but kind of recently they're not ready to do another home party, but we do have new jewelry they might be interested in purchasing. And anybody that might be looking for gift giving this year, and that includes the guys. So there's kind of an overview or ideas for you on who you're going to ask. Okay, so here's the thinking on this. Why do you want to do it now? Why is this a good time, and why do we call it turkey trot? Well, there's other things you can call it. You can slide this closer into the holidays. You can call it, you know, a jingle bell bling, or get creative with that. You can do it other times of year. But the reason I've always done this at Thanksgiving is because Thanksgiving is traditionally a time when people are gathering with their friends and family, and they have time off work. So we kind of concentrate this down into about a week, week and a half, put catalogs in their hands and say, go out there and see if you can get your orders. All the family's going to be around the table at Thanksgiving Day. Maybe they're also going over to the in-laws to have time with them too. And it's a great way for them to work it that way, especially, again, the guys, because you know how guys are with holiday gift giving. They suck, right? So that's why I do it this time of year, and ideally I like to get the turkey trot closed by the end of November. Now it's up to me, depending on where I am in my goals, where I am for the month, whether I'm going to put my turkey trot in for November or slide it into December. But that's the reasoning behind this time of year. Again, I encourage you to get creative with this, take and run with it for other times of year. It's really an easy way to build a fast and really big successful party. Okay, so how do you invite people to do the turkey trot? Everybody that's on the It Girls has seen the turkey trot flyer that I created. I tweak that a little bit every year. I obviously change it. Right now it's going to say something like 13th Annual Turkey Trot. I am providing you guys with a Word document. You can change it up. You can personalize it. You don't have to give 2 items at 30% off. You can do 1 item at 30% off. You could do 2 items at 20% off. That is up to you, okay? But what I use is Email Manager, and I tend to go back, I don't know, maybe about 5 or 6 years in my customer base and send that out to them. And I really that's how I break the ice with this. But in addition to that, I am going to be doing social media. I haven't posted anything yet, but I have done private messaging. I think I mentioned this earlier to people about, hey, this sounds like something you'd really want to be a part of. Let me know what you think, but also let me know if you want a spot. They are limited. I take 10 people on this. It's an amazing way for you to get free jewelry and also a discount at my rep cost, which is something I don't offer any other time of year. There are phone calls. It's always fantastic when you use a personal reach out to people and pick up the phone. You can also do this when you're making customer care calls on a party maybe that you just held. You might have met somebody who absolutely flipped over the jewelry and had to rein it in. You know, she got some things, but she knows she wants more. She took a catalog with her. That's somebody else to go back to. My party on Friday night, this past Friday, I met someone who just was new to Silpata and thought it was fantastic. I love meeting people like that. And she's already messaged me and said, I'm definitely going to do a party in the near future. And I've already shared this jewelry with my girlfriends. I can't wait to get my stuff. When I contact her, I'm going to say, look, when do you want to do a show? And if she should say first of the year, spring or something, I'm going to give her the Turkey Trot information then. I do also give these flyers out at my home shows preceding Turkey Trot, but only after the party's done and people are checking out. And let's see, who else? Events, social media. Like I said, I'm going to post something on Facebook, but I'm kind of waiting to give my last year people their first shot at getting in. And that's kind of all smoke and mirrors, because frankly, I will take as many people that want to do this as I can. The way I look at it is more people in, more free jewelry generated, more to give away, more giveaways. Okay, so here are some tips. You want to make this sound extremely limited. So only 10 spots, first come, first serve. Don't get too wordy on this. Really make it simple, that they only need one order to participate, and it can be several. It can even be their own. Everyone is a winner. Emphasize that. Just by participating, again, they get to choose items at rep cost, and that's an instant 30% discount for them. So even if they did not win in the raffle, they've already gotten a benefit from being a part of your Turkey Trot. The odds, I mean, think about these odds. Again, we're going back to math. You've got 10 people participating, $300 in free jewelry, and a half price item. And out of 10 people, if you were giving $50 away to the person who brings in the greatest amount of orders, and I always do that, I always keep that person in the raffle as well, but they get an automatic win for bringing in the highest total. Emphasize that so people are going above and beyond that $100 minimum to be in your trot. And then $100 in free jewelry to 2 raffle winners. So we've spent $250 of our $300 so far. And then you can give $50 to a third person. That's $300. And then you've got a half price item. You can raffle that off too. So right now we've got 4 to 5 people out of 10 winning. And remember, we are not even counting in the 30% items that these people are going to be putting in, which will boost up that free jewelry, and you'll have a lot more to give away. Historically, for me, everybody that participates in my trot wins. But no, they don't expect everybody to win. So if it doesn't work out that way, it's okay. Okay? It's fine. So tools. I have a flyer that I've created and shared with you. There's not my no personal information on there that says Michelle Dreger. You can certainly just fly with that. The only thing you'd want to tweak is probably it says 13th annual. You can put first annual, second annual, wherever you at in your business. Silpata, of course, has all of these templates through Email Manager that promote our holiday gift guide, our new catalog, this season. I send that out to my customer base, and you should do that too. You know, you can always go in and add additional names and emails of people who maybe haven't purchased from you yet, and let them know about it that way. We have digital copies of the catalog. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but under business resources, there are brochures which include our catalog and our holiday gift guide. You are able to download them, email them to people individually. Online ordering, of course, when we do this, we're going to want to create a Turkey Trot party in Party Manager. That's going to generate that dedicated link that goes right into it. You're going to want to let everyone who's participating have that link so that they can be sharing it too with the people that they're asking to order. The holiday gift guide is a fabulous reason to get people involved with this. We have new jewelry and I love all of it, and my customers are liking that too. You've got social media. Utilize social media. You can post this throughout the time leading up to the turkey trot, and certainly recognize people there who win as well. So you've got all of those things to pull in, as well as your own beautiful self, going out, meeting people, talking to people. You can put some of these flyers in your car with a few catalogs. Think about it. When you run into people and they compliment you on your jewelry, give them a holiday gift guide and one of these turkey trot flyers and say, look, this is fabulous jewelry. You may want to be a part of this. You're inviting. Your job is to invite people to come in. Trust me, once you get used to this, people do respond. They want to do it. And the more you make it sound like something exclusive that they want to be a part of, they're going to jump in. And you will begin to build a really, really, really nice show for yourself. So I've done it for 13 years now. Customers love it. I always tell my last year people, you have first dibs in. I would say probably 75% of them jump on board again, and then I build from there. Again, we said it can be used at other times of the year. And the logistics on this, you're going to be the hostess. So when you set that up in Party Manager, it'll probably say something like Turkey Trot 2015, and then in the next field you'd put care of your name and address. The hostess free jewelry is of course all going to ship for free, and it will go to you. So the trade-off is you are going to have to then find out what your winners want, put that in under the hostess free jewelry, and I always charge them, by the way. I let them know, and I think it says it on the flyer. They are responsible for the tax on their free jewelry. Any overage, that's another point. They tend to go over. That's more money in your pocket. And more numbers in your pocket too. And for nominal shipping. Now, we don't have to do the $6.95 shipping that Silpata charges. You can figure out what their shipping's going to be. I tend to, depending on how much they're getting, anywhere from $250 to $350 shipping on their hostess free jewelry. And I just break it apart when it comes here to the house. I let them know I've got it and that it's on its way. And so we're going to do a Q&A on this tomorrow night, Tuesday evening, and it'll be 8:30 Eastern time. I would really like you girls to get on and give me all your questions and let me know where you're unclear on this, and we'll talk that all through. But I wanted to give you an overview, and I thought this might be an easier way to do it where I can get it out to everybody all at one time. So timing-wise, when do you start? I've already started. I have about 12 people on board so far, and maybe 4 to 5 maybes, but I haven't even really scratched the surface of inviting people to be a part of it. You should start doing it too. First, you're going to want to get familiar. Get familiar with what the Turkey Trot is and what it offers. Look back at that flyer that I gave you. And I would begin now. There's no big rush. Again, think of this as you're booking a party on Thanksgiving Day, okay? If you were booking somebody right now, the main thing you'd be getting was date, time, and then getting materials to her. And yes, they may want a hard copy catalog. Come on, girls, it's $1 and a little bit to mail it. It's worth it. She's bringing you for $100 minimum in orders, and you know it's going to be a lot more than that for each individual. So get her what she needs. Some people are happy to use online, but that's all the lead up you really need is get these people in and let them know at that point, I will give you the rest of the information as far as your dedicated link, maybe some tips and things like that. I have other documents. I will be tweaking those, sharing them with you so that you can share them on too. And you'll just follow the leader, all right? When I do it, I'll copy you guys on it. That's a indication it's time for you to do it. And then remember, always, no matter what you're doing this time of year, and it's a great time to book parties, so please don't just rely on this as the one thing that you're going to do. This is a huge bonus and boost for holiday season sales, but you can still book your home shows. We are all in Silpata for a reason, and they're all individual and they're all fabulous, but Silpata is a part of who you are. And even more important than that, you are a part of Silpata. You represent who we are, and you're their go-to person. You want to be that person over the holidays. So one more thing I will tell you is when we get this ball rolling with the turkey trot, you are going to want to go back to the people who said yes and committed to you and ask them again for commitment. Are you in? I have more people I can invite to do this if you don't want your spot. Don't be disappointed if you have a couple people fall out. What can I say? I mean, flaky is part of human nature. But if you decide to do this, follow the tutorial, follow what comes after this, plan to work, and then work your plan. I love you all. Thanks for being a part of our team. Shine on, sisters.